What's going on, guys? The link to this full episode is down below in the description. Click the link, check out the full entire episode. We'll be uploading more clips to this episode later on throughout the week. All right, Bull. So, we do YouTube content. We've been doing it for quite some time, and like I said, he's right. Like majority of people that's watching our stuff are watching it because they really want it, and a lot of them are not going to get it. So, if a person comes up and says, "Hey, Bull, I missed out on the cool grays. Should I pay $300 for them, or should I just get these UAs?"
I'm usually gonna always tell you to try to get the real shoe, or for something that's just super expensive, just be like, bro, it's like okay not to have it, but if you have to have it, like let's just say something like a Dior 1, like this is not a shoe that most people got, and if you did buy it for resale, it's gonna cost you a lot of money. So in my eyes, it's not worth what the resale is. So I'm gonna tell you, it's let it go. It's fine. You don't need it. It's cool. Like it's Dior's. Like whatever. Like you don't need to have them. But if you really need to have them, go ahead and go across the water. It don't matter to me. It don't matter to me, man.
It ain't going in your collection.
Listen, it has nothing to do with me. I think the thing that you have to think of when you're buying shoes that are, across the waters, the UAs, you have to think of.
Hold on, Bull. Disclaimer. Me and Bullet RC used to review replicas back in the day.
Oh, yes. I have reviewed UAs before and did the like fake versus reals and the UAs, 98%ers.
Repman 1109 was my old name. I used to do it back in the day. I used to review replicas.
But you guys would promote it as reps, though.
Yeah. But I just want to make it sure because he's like, guys, this dude's over here talking about fakes, but he started his career off fakes. Yes.
Like, yeah, it's funny though because a lot of people do say like, well, I didn't. That was just something that I started doing.
You didn't start your career off at.
Yeah, no, it was just something I started doing later.
Yeah.
And that's kind of, I'm not going to lie to you.
It was a great time.
Yeah, it was cool. I was chilling.
Yeah.
And that stuff would get views. Honestly, back in that time.
That catapulted me, to where I'm at. I want to say one thing, and then I want to dive in more. I want to let you.
Yeah. I was gonna say something juicy too, but right. I'm not gonna do it.
Say okay. Well,
or should I?
What? Say it. Go ahead.
Nah, I don't know. It's just gonna create speculation.
Oh shit!
Do you want a headline or no?
I mean, it's on you guys. You the one that brings it onto yourself, man. Let me say one thing, and then let you say that thing, and then we'll let Bull just rap it, go full fledged. First thing first. If you come to me with cool gray 11s, you're telling me, hey, Tony, I could pay the resale for $300 because I didn't hit, or I'll go across the water. I'm gonna tell you, bro, go across the water, because right now at this point, I don't trust a lot of these resellers out here. That's just me. I don't trust a lot of resellers. And at this end of the day, if you know a reseller like Keist who 100% got he got it from Nike, you seen him go and do it, or he went to Nike and picked it up and he's like, yo, I just got the receipt, I'm here, blah, 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 blah. I'm going to just tell you to move on. I just go with retail. There's certain times I make that exception. Kobe's right here, I had to get them. Kobe 6s, Grinches, I had to get them. So I went and got them off StockX. At the end of the day, I know fakes well enough to know how the fakes of those look. And those are nowhere, shape, or form like the fakes when it comes to the Kobe 6 Grinches. As far as that, I don't really buy resale like that, and I mainly focus on stuff that's early from a retail store. At the end of the day, I don't like buying resale because the content doesn't work as well anymore. Like that's how, unfortunately, but like, for instance, if I cop the cool gray 11 right now, it's not going to hit the same as me getting it early. That's one of the bad things about YouTube now. Back in the day, we used to go and pick the shoe up on the release date, drop that video, and then drop the review after the release and still do good. Nowadays, if you're late, I mean, you might be able to eat, you might not, but it ain't the same, man. This is how I look at it. That's so, at the end of the day, I'm not promoting you go buy the UA. What I'm going to do, what Tony's going to do, when he misses a release, he just goes to the next release. Look, Jordan 4 Red Thunder was last week. Jordan 1 Marina Blue is this week. You know what I'm saying? Then that next week after that's it's just too many shoes for me to focus on 1L. I would never own a pair of Travis Scott ones. I'll never own a pair. I don't trust nobody to buy them. I just don't. I don't trust nobody. Mm-hmm. I mean, if you had a pair of Keist, I would be like, okay, but at the end of the day, like, I still don't want to spend $1,500 on the shoe or whatever the fuck it's worth. I just don't. Like, for instance, you sold me retail Fear of Gods. Like, if it was like that, I'd hop on that. But I just don't find the value in it. It just doesn't make sense to me. Yeah. I'll spend $1,500 on a camera before I spend $1,500 on the shoe. You want a headliner?
Well, I have two things. The first thing is to go back on fake in my collection. I think I've shown fakes unknowingly on my channel that haven't been my pairs.
Headliner? Is that
That's not the headliner.
Okay.
So I think in the past I've shown shoes that I've seen at like sneaker collections and whatnot. Like, oh, look, they got them early. Because there is certain times when I've seen a shoe and I put it on camera, and then later on I saw the real retail version, and there was like the insoles are different and stuff. So I think I've shown fakes unknowingly on my channel, but I have personally never owned and worn fakes. So I just want to say that because somebody might go back and find a fake that was in my
So you might be at a sneaker con holding a shoe like,
yes,
even it could have been a thumbnail like, holy shit, Pause 4s and they're fake. They're for some fake at a sneaker con. Okay.
Exactly. The second thing is, all right, so there's a little headliner, and maybe it would just twist people's brains up a little bit. There's another sneaker content creator. And I wasn't there, but I heard from someone else. So it could even, the story could be twisted, but that person got their shoes legit checked at a sneaker event. They were fake. He put them back on his foot. He's like, "Oh well, no one's gonna suspect me to wear fakes." So
wait,
I'm not trying to throw shots. I'm not saying names and whatnot.
So he's told you this?
The person didn't tell me this. I heard this through a mutual friend.
Okay. So the person was at a sneaker con.
I think it was a sneaker con, yeah.
Just chilling, walking around, had his dope shoes on, right?
Got him legit checked. They told him it was fake. And then he ended up just putting them back on and said, nobody's going to suspect me to wear fake. So I kept going. Or he kept going.
That's gonna have the.
But obviously, I'm not gonna throw anybody under the bus. I'm not gonna expose anybody. But moral of the story is that not everybody has the same mindset as me, and there might be other content creators who do mess with UAs, or at least aren't as picky as I am. But I could never do that.
You know what? You want to know what the problem is? The problem is that the UAs are so good.
You'll never be able to do
that. You wouldn't know.
Mm-hmm. And then it goes back to the trust thing. People have.
It is about trust. Yeah, it is literally about who you trust.
Salutes to Zaya X. He said that it's all about trust because at the end of the day, people trust Bull as a content creator so much that they would never any shoe Bull wears would be real in their eyes.
Exactly.
It doesn't matter if it was fake. They would just trust his word.
You know what's funny too? When I wore my Travis Fragment lows, some dude commented saying "Rep Boys," yet I got the shoe directly from Travis's website. I got lucky on there. So people, goes back to people just accuse, like I said in the beginning of this whole segment, people just assume that I get reps.
I had people going back to like my Moon Yeezy, like the Yeezy 350s, the V1. People like comment on that video, like, "Oh yeah, these are fake." I'm like, bro, like I like called a store and got those, right?
Yeah.
Like I had to call a store that was somewhere else and they shipped them to me, and it's like, oh, or the Beluga, the first Beluga V2, when they first did the V2 and they did Beluga, now they redid it with the reflective. People saying, "Oh yeah, your Beluga fake." It's like, bro, there's a sticker from the foot store on the box right there for you. Like, bro, it's like 3 years later now. You want to know what baffled me? It's not real versus fake, but I got told I was stupid because I made a video on all white forces and said that they were under $100 and they were $90. Someone said I was stupid because they cost $150 and $160 now. And if you're paying $150 and $160 for all white forces, you are insane.
They did change the price to $100 this year.
I know that, but I'm saying if you are paying $150 to $100, if you're paying resale for white forces or black Air Forces, it better be the
Supreme version. It better be the Supreme.
No, that's worse. That is worse. Come on, you have to do better. They will come back.
I will say this: that's a great tactic from the resale stores, because what they do is, because they're sold out at the stores, they have them there to be like, "Oh, you want all white forces? Extra $20 over retail. Come get them here. Throw them on your purchase." So it's a smart move from resellers. But the person who commented that is.
That was my insanity for that day. I just was like, wow. I got called stupid because I said like the forces were affordable at under $100.
So Bull, I just feel like Kais went in a lot about that UA thing. Like, do you want to just go in, or is it more simple?
Hey, this is what I'll just say about UAs. Do I think there's any UAs in my collection? No, I do not. Again, it is on the trusting of who you trust to buy from, who who you trust to get your shoes from. What I was saying earlier.
Question, bull. Just,
go ahead.
I want to save you. I want to save you just in case.
Yeah, go ahead.
Things will fuck up.
No, I don't need to save.
No, I'm saying it's a savior. You'll be like, okay, thank you. You'll say thank you. Say thank you now.
Thanks.
Okay. Do you have a fake at your house? Because think about it. Chunky Dunkies right here, they're fake. I did a video on it. Is it technically in my collection?
The only fakes I think I have are the Yeezy 2s that I cut in half that are sitting underneath my.
And what about the Red Octobers that you did a video?
Yeah, the Red Octobers that I wore. And yes, I have worn a fake Yeezy Red October before because I wore it, and you can go on my Instagram and you can see that as well.
You wore it for
and
Halloween,
I wore
right?
And when I was getting them UAs for sitting over across the water. Listen, man, it was 20. I was at the YMCA, bro, part time. They was sending me them joints. Hey, listen, to the toe.
I don't believe I have any UAs in my collection. As far as collection, as shoes that I wear, I do have a UA Chunky Dunky that I did a video on, and that's about. And I actually have some old UAs from back when I was doing the UAs that I never sold that are just sitting in the garage. So
a lot of mine actually threw in the trash. Or I just wrote fake on them with marker because I was like, if someone found these in the trash, they would just take them out. Mm-hmm. So a lot of them the ones that I did have left,
I remember that.
I threw away all the boxes and I threw away them shits into the trash. And then I would write fake on the bottom with a marker. But
you know who I hit up when I need fakes?
Ooh.
I really don't mean to throw him under the bus, but it's just funny thinking about it. Whenever I need fakes for like a video or a skit, I hit up Harrison because I know he just because I know Harrison just has those fakes sitting in his warehouse that he just has like in the corner.
Kaisomar buys fakes exposed.
No, Harrison gave me. He sent me the fakes for a Sneakerheads Be Like
Harrison
Part
Neville
9
sending
trailer.
out free fakes to YouTubers,
and then he told me to just donate them, which we did. We donated them. So shout out to Harrison. He's the fake plug. But he doesn't wear fakes, guys, and he just made a video reviewing the fakes, but he doesn't like encourage people to buy fakes. So don't try to clip this and make me and Harrison beef. But that would be a good boxing match. I would box Harrison.
And before someone says, "Oh, wow, why did you throw them away? Why did you donate?" I'm pretty sure I've donated some of them pairs as well. I've donated a lot of clothes and old stuff. So yeah, but some of that stuff is just so close. You have to be very, very careful with where you put it because it lands in the wrong hands. It can just they'll put that stuff in circulation.
Bull, you put the fake 750s at SneakerCon in the trash, and people was like,
and somebody took them out. They took them. Somebody took them joints out.
One man's trash is another man's.
Yeah,
trash.
I threw them in the trash at
for
Atlanta.
Social experiment.
Yeah, in Atlanta, and then people were like, walking around looking at them like somebody took them out, looking at them. Actually, I think the dude that took them out, I feel like I'm like, it's so old. Like I feel like I'm friends with him on like Facebook or something. Like he lives here. Yeah. If I seen him, I would recognize him.
If you're here, man, write it in the chat, man.
You run into him and he's wearing them. Like we go to the gas station.
Nah, because I remember he took them out.
Sign them, right? Did he make you sign them?
Someone took them and they said sign them. So someone I think took them in the end.
Yeah. So. Yeah, man. I mean, that's my little quick part. Hopefully, I thought it was very important. Like, right now, UAs are going crazy, man. Like the quality, everything's going crazy. And I think it's important for us to talk about these things, whether you support it, don't. At the end of the day, it's your money. I always got to say that. It's your money. You do what you should do with it. My main thing when it comes to UAs, I just want to make sure that I can show the differences, even though those are small differences, for people out there that decide to go pay resale, which I don't like tell people to go do. But if you got to do it, if you're one of those people that need to do it, which that's on you, like at least you probably should know or try to help, know the differences. And if
I got one more point about the whole UA thing.
Go ahead.
Again, when you buy a UA, understand that you will not be able to sell that UA, or you should not be selling that UA or trying to pass it off as real. That's usually the main problem people have.
Yeah.
And that's going to be one thing. If you buy a pair of you got, let's say, Lightning 4s, right? Instead of you just, buying resale, whatever it is right now, and you buy a UA, let's just say in a year from now, you wore them 4 times and you're like, yo, I kind of want to swap these out for something new. It's a sunk. Your money was a sunken cost or whatever. I don't know what exactly it costs, but it's gone. There is no.
There's a UA selling market out.
There's a UA selling market, but if I buy a real pair of Lightning 4s for $300 right now,
it's gonna go up in price. They're
gonna go up in price.
You could sell them used for more, probably.
You could probably sell them for. That's what happened with Black Cats.
Oh my god!
A lot of stuff.
Don't remind me, Bryce.
Black Cats. I had a pair that I had 2 pairs. I had one that I wore and one that I literally just got on Nike sneakers because they were just sitting around.
Yeah.
I looked at one day and they were $460.
They're like at 7, 8 now.
Insane. Insanity. Crazy.
So yeah, salutes. Hope you guys enjoyed that one.